When we think about how we process food, we often imagine a simple, identical tube inside everyone. But inside you is a living environment designed for your body. Imagine it less like a mechanical pipe and more like a grand, winding river basin. Everything you eat travels first through a dark, fast-moving tunnel, which we know as the stomach. But the journey doesn't end there. It eventually reaches your large intestine. This cavernous space is where a vast, water-filled underground river ecosystem truly thrives, filled with trillions of tiny, glowing life forms working around the clock. A healthy river stays clean because it's packed with hundreds of different species of helpful, microscopic fish working together. When you have this rich variety of life, the water stays clear and the entire system remains stable. Thinking of your gut as a living geographical landscape is the first step to understanding how to protect your physical wellness for the long haul. Like rivers flowing through different terrains, the Indian digestive system has its own natural design. To stay healthy, it needs care that matches its specific environment. This map shows distinct regional channels branching off the main river basin based on location and diet. Most global rivers split into 4 channels, but the Indian basin uniquely features a 5th channel, showing how flexible and diverse this local ecosystem really is. The most important helper fish in these waters is a bacterium named Prevotella copri. It makes up nearly 40% of all life here, acting as a master recycler that specializes in breaking down traditional, fibrous plant foods. Many generic health solutions fail because they ignore this local map. They try to help, but don't support the native workers already living in your unique river. Let's go underwater to see exactly how these local river workers do their jobs. These active, blowing helpers you see darting around are the beneficial living workers of the ecosystem. They do the heavy lifting to keep the environment running smoothly. To do their best work, these workers need a very specific kind of fuel, tough fibers from plants that our bodies can't break down on their own. When these workers finish their meal, they release glowing energy orbs. These natural gifts are fuel for your body. Watch as these orbs drift to the riverbed, acting as a protective glue that repairs the riverbanks and stops leaks. By giving your workers the right fibers, you create a self-sustaining cycle of energy that keeps your boundaries strong and nourishes your entire body. These workers do more than just manage the riverbed. They're also sending out signals that reach far beyond the water's edge. Raw molecules constantly float down the stream. Watch as microbes catch and physically reshape them, refining these materials for the body. Once reshaped, they fit into docking ports along the riverbank wall, triggering a glowing pulse of information. That pulse travels instantly along a communication line connecting your gut to your brain, delivering messages that help manage your energy and even your mood. Keeping those workers active so they can send these messages is the secret to keeping your metabolism steady and your mind feeling balanced. Unfortunately, things like sugary junk food or medications can act like violent storms. They wash away native helper fish, leaving the water cloudy and polluted. This total collapse turns a clear stream into a murky swamp. Instead of helpful fish, you get choking weeds that cloud the water and stall the flow. When you try to fix this with standard generic supplements, the riverbed often stays guarded. It blocks those new, unfamiliar visitors from ever getting a chance to settle down and take root. Trying to fix the Indian microbiome with generic products is like planting a cold-weather tree in a tropical forest. If it doesn't match the local environment, the ecosystem will reject it, and the water will stay muddy. That's where Rychbiome Indus Plus comes in. It's built for this exact landscape, acting as a restoration team designed for the Indian microbiome. This model shows how it delivers 18 distinct groups of native workers. They act like 18 strong, vibrant streams entering the main basin all at once to bring the river back to life. These workers survive the journey because they travel with a meal tailored just for them. Having this built-in support allows them to bypass the river's defenses, settle into the riverbed, and start growing. Soon, the native populations are strong again. The weeds are cleared away, and the water returns to a smooth, clear, and healthy flow. When you nurture your unique river ecosystem, the benefits ripple outward. Everything downstream flourishes, giving you the comfort and energy you need for a healthy life.